Rolling. Keep those.
Welcome back to Digi Bros.
Yay!
I'm glad that you probably on the last episode, you probably all had that, oh, we're watching Digi Bros moment.
Yep.
Where,
slipping into the abyss.
Yeah, you all thought that
rolling in the deep.
You thought because of those first few episodes that maybe
we're right back where we fucking were.
Well, I don't know. I think a lot of people. I think
most people
had that moment.
Not fucking reading.
I think most people had that moment when I walked into the darkness, into that wall for 10 minutes.
And when we got back in the dungeon, and it was clear that it was a descent into hell.
That wasn't nearly as bad as this, though. I think we just spent like 10 minutes running around that village.
We were talking about shit for a while.
Yeah.
Bitch.
You know, here's a topic.
Why do I find everything to be a bitch?
Here's a topic that is relevant to that. Might be controversial, but I'm interested in your opinion.
Spicy.
Because I attended a panel, about briefly, albeit, at Otakon that was Kill La Kill and Feminism. And it was mostly stuff I had heard before, and it was kind of boring, so I left. But it was interesting, and I want to know your take on this. They were saying, like, the format of the panel was, first they talked about stuff that's not feminist, decisively. Then they talked about stuff that's questionable. And they were going to talk about stuff that is definitely feminist. I left before I got that far. But they were talking about, like, stuff that's not feminist. They were saying, like, all the like the suit designs, the way that the camera angles are and stuff like that, and like it's zooming in on their ass and all that stuff, you know. But then their part about the questionable stuff was they were like defending the way that the show, you know, is a commentary about the outfits.
Yes.
It's all about, like, you know, the transformation sequences are empowering. The way they use the outfits is empowering. It commentates constantly on the nature of wearing those kind of outfits. So I'm saying that's the positive element. So that left me wondering, well, then why is it also a negative that it shows their bodies and stuff like that? Well, their argument was essentially that it was because of the male gaze, right? That those scenes were being made to appeal to men, and they kept using they kept basically saying that, like, the kind of guys who are into like you know, depowering women, like, you know, the sort of rapey stuff, the like you know, that kind of stuff. They were saying that those kind of guys are like creepers, basically.
Yeah.
And they literally used a picture of the otaku character from Paranoia Agent, who's like this creepy, gross guy.
Yes.
And they had a picture of him, and they said, "This is a, you know, our caricature of you know, the kind of guy." And I'm sitting here like, this is backwards, right? Like, it's like, how do I put it? Like, they're shaming people for being into certain things sexually.
Like,
and I don't know. Okay, let's put it this way.
Is it like shaming the sexuality in general, or is it like specific sexual, like, sort of kinky shit that they're shaming?
I think it's more that they're shaming the kinky shit. But even then, it's creating a stereotype, right? They're saying that like creepy guys are into like rape scenes and stuff.
Yes.
And I don't think that's true, because it's anime, right?
Right, this guy teaches me how to sumo wrestle. I don't get the boots yet. Alright.
Okay.
Fuck.
That makes sense. We've had this argument before about how video games aren't real, right? Or anime's not real. None of it's real, right? And that if you thought, like, if you're the kind of person who you saw something violent in a game and it inspired you to commit violence in real life, then that means you're psychotic. It means you can't tell the difference between fantasy and reality, right? So people watch anime because it's escapist, because it's not real.
Yes.
You know? The kind of guys who might be into, like, rape scenes in anime doesn't mean they're into rape scenes in real life. You know? And I don't think that the kind of guys who are into that stuff are necessarily creepy guys. And I don't think it's anti-feminist for a show to try to appeal to someone's, like, fantasies, because it's not real. You know, like, it doesn't affect. I guess I don't see how it's hurting anyone. If people really couldn't tell the difference, that would be a problem, right?
Yeah.
And that's sort of the angle that I think a lot of that kind of feminist critique takes, where they say, like, well, women are always being depicted this way, so that's how people think of women. And I'm like, okay, I kind of get that. But the real thing that you need to change isn't to get rid of the way that women are portrayed, it's to portray them differently in other things, right? To have more anime that has strong women and shows the other side of the coin, like what Kill la Kill does when it's not being weird and creepy, because I'll admit, there are some scenes that are obviously, like, rapey scenes that are meant to be hot, right?
Yeah.
Like, those things exist in that show, but it also has lots of stuff that's obviously meant to be empowering and to, to show women being strong and capable.
Oh, shit.
But I don't think that, like, that it needs to lose the creepy scenes in order for it to, like I don't think it needs to lose them, like, as a social construct. I just think there needs to be more stuff that doesn't have it, I guess I'm always a proponent of we don't need less of anything. We need more of different things. Like, we don't need less sexy women. We need more non-sexy women. But that doesn't, like, devalue that, like, the sexy women are there to appeal to certain people, and, like, we can't just take away what those people want. We just got to give more things to people who don't have enough,
Yeah.
Yes, make more shows about empowering women, but that doesn't mean you have to get rid of shows that aren't about that, because I think the audiences who are into those shows understand that it's a fantasy. It's just something that they like, Does that make sense?
It does. It's...
Are you where would you stand
It's
on
very
this?
Controversial. And I'm definitely, like, I'm not sure how I feel about this at all. So I'm just really running it through my head and trying to find, like, the best response.
Because it's complicated, right? Like, I get that idea that a lot of people have. That's like, well, if you keep showing women being not powerful, then that's going to reinforce the idea that women aren't powerful, But, like, I just don't think...
I did get the boots, though.
I don't think the solution is to completely get rid of that.
Yes.
I think the solution is to provide an overwhelming amount of things that are different. But, like, the way that they were talking about it felt like it was shaming people who like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Saying, like, if you're into this, you're a weirdo, and you're the problem with anime, and you're why we can't have nice things,
Yeah.
And maybe there's an extent to which... it's true that, like, those kind of people are making it so, that kind of show gets made more because that's the audience that they're pandering to, which is unfortunate for people who aren't into that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But to paint those people as, like, creepy weirdos, it's like, they're not creepy weirdos, they just like dumb anime. It's anime, it's dumb. It's dumb anime, Like, I get that...
Is it even... Are those scenes... tailor-made to appeal to this niche of creepy dudes, or is it just like the director is into that, like, creepy shit?
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's Kill la Kill is, and they said this in the panel. They said it's meant to homage all these older anime, right?
Yes.
And older anime had a lot of that stuff.
Yes.
It has a lot of those like, a lot of it is very Sukeban Deka, which is the both live action and anime and manga series that was, like, a huge influence on the way that that the characters are in that show. And, like, it had, like, rapey stuff in it,
Yeah.
And, like, a big part of it is an homage to that, but, like, I just don't... The way they were portraying it is like, this is something that needs to go away. And I don't think it needs to... Or that people who are into it need to be shamed or should be ashamed of themselves. And I don't think that's the case.
What I would say is that it is a shame that it's in the mainstream and it's not more of a niche thing. Where it's like,
it is,
I'm okay with it existing, but, the appeal should be...
It is a niche thing, it's just that it's a niche thing that dominates a lot of anime.
Yes.
Where anime is
what I'm saying.
that niche.
It's not niche in anime,
right.
Whereas the crowd that's getting more into anime is gradually not accepting that anymore. Where it's like, it used to be the dominant crowd in anime.
That's fine. Like,
is fine with this shit.
I'm all for... people saying we need more anime that's not like this.
Yes.
And I'm like, yeah, I agree. We do need more anime that's not like this. That doesn't mean we should act like this kind of anime, like, being into it makes you a creepy weirdo.
Yeah.
And that you're ruining the anime industry. And the moment that I finally kind of got pissed off and, like, I asked you if you were in karaoke because I wanted to go do karaoke if this panel was boring, and I kind of got pissed off.
Oh fuck! Here we go. Oh, I love this part. This motherfucker.
Anyways, can I
go ahead?
Sorry. I kind of got pissed off because when they were showing the creepy otaku guy, they had 2 pictures below it, and it was like trying to say like how women are most of the time and how they are, like some of the time, like in Kill La Kill or whatever, like showing like a strong, cool woman on the right, but it said how they are most of the time, and it showed a picture of one of the girls from a show called A Channel, right?
Yeah.
A Channel is just some cutesy moe show.
Yeah.
It's not creepy, and it's not bad. I mean, I haven't seen the whole thing, so I'm not going to speak too much about A Channel, but like I saw the first episode, I liked it. I thought it was fine. And it's just a cute show with cute girls,
Yeah.
But they had it as this example of like this is what's ruining anime. They were like, oh, all this moe stuff is the problem, and all the otaku just make all this moe stuff get made. And I'm like, are you saying like all moe stuff is like creepy, weird otaku stuff?
And then that also assumes, from a perspective of someone who doesn't enjoy it, they are assuming a sexual connotation to certain things where there is not.
And just
like assuming a perversion
and just
over,
putting on
over
blast a
watching something.
whole genre just because they don't like it,
Where there's an assumption, especially I see in My Little Pony, where it's like there's older guys into ponies, there must be a sexual perversion involved.
Right.
Whereas it's like, it's not.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why the fuck you assumed that. That's really fucked up on your part to assume that.
What made me mad about it is, and then they said like, they were like, well, not that we're completely opposed. I mean, there's some shows like that are good, and they're like, yeah, we liked Lucky Star, and then the other girl was like, well, Lucky Star was kind of like making fun of those kind of shows, and I was like, but no, it wasn't.
Yeah.
Lucky Star was not making fun of moe anime. It was self-referential, but it is the epitome of moe anime. It's just very self-aware about it, But like. The way that they used A Channel, I was like, they've not seen that show. Like that, if I was gonna show like a creepy moe show, there's so many better options. If you put up, I don't want to throw any show under the bus, especially one that I haven't seen a lot of, because then I'd be no better than them. But like, I've seen A Channel. It's not a creepy, perverted show. It's just a cute girls in school show,
Exactly. There's just an assumption that you're watching little girls. You must be a pervert who wants to fuck little girls. I could
easily see being into A Channel and not being a creepy otaku. The show is probably made for otaku, and maybe they like it because they're creepy, but like, that's not the show's fault, and it just felt like they were, like, looking up at the screen and seeing a picture of a character from A Channel, which is a fairly obscure show too, which is the weird part. Like, it was a random show from like 4 years ago that no one remembers, and I was like, you're just throwing this picture in there because you googled moe anime and then put it next to a picture of the creepy guy from Paranoia Agent who was like a sexual predator guy, and I was like, okay, this is that was where I kind of was like, you guys lost me.
Yes. That part is cool.
The way they were talking, they were trying to be even-handed and not be like, like insulting, but then they were insulting and it didn't work out, and I was like, all right. I don't know.
This is so fucking legit.
I don't know if I can take that.
Good discussion, but I am hype as shit for Zelda right now.
Yeah, I guess.
This part is so fucking cool. Like, this is the shit you don't get in Ocarina of Time. Like, we had this awesome epic battle on horses, and now we're having this fucking showdown on a bridge. Like, this is cool shit, man.
Yeah.
These are the moments of this game that I really love.
I haven't been paying attention, but it has looked like a lot of exciting shit's been happening on screen for the past 5 or 10 minutes.
Shit, yes.
There's been a lot of sensation of speed going on here.
Wait, get to the end. What the fuck? Here we go. Yes.
Now you're jousting.
Shit!
Oh!
Fuck! Dead. Game over.
The shadow remains cast!
How the fuck did I get up here? Let's just assume Minda warped him at the last minute. That's how we're gonna justify that one.
You got my reference right.
Shit! Yes, Bayonetta. I say it all the time.
Good job.
Fuck my ass. Fuck my entire ass.
Your entire ass.
Let's do it. This is the stage in Super Smash Bros. Brawl. Oh fuck, I could've got him. Shit, why do I suck at this right now? Oh. Say something now. I mean, I was enjoying the epic bridge. I hope other people are enjoying the epic bridge too.
Epic bridge. Well, I don't know. I'm still kind of stuck on that train of thought I was on earlier, but I kind of said everything I had to say about it. I wrote an article like this about 4 years ago about Skullgirls, where this guy had written a post where he essentially called Skullgirls sexist for having sexy girls in it.
Which it is not.
And I had written this whole thing about how I was like...
Fuck, game over.
I don't think sexy and sexist should be considered synonymous. Because, A, it's demeaning towards women to suggest that they can't be sexy, you know, without it being a thing that only guys are into. Like, newsflash, a lot of women like being sexy.
Yes.
If you don't believe me, look at all the cosplays of all those sexy girls. Like, I mean, most of the cosplay you end up seeing is of, like, the hot anime girls.
Exactly.
It's always, like, it's no one, like, some people, like, will cosplay characters that are, like, you know, like, if someone has, like, a different body type and there's a character who has that body type, people often cosplay it. A lot of Steven Universe cosplay has gotten popular now because there's actually, like, thick girls in there that thick girls want to cosplay. Yeah, and it's cool. And I love seeing that. Yes. I love seeing cosplays where people look like the person that they're cosplaying. Yes. But, like, historically, one of the biggest cosplays has always been, like, Yoko from Gurren Lagann because you get to wear a skimpy outfit and it's hot, you know, and... some girls want to look hot. Like, there's no shame in that.
Exactly.
And then also it puts, like, it's like you're blaming guys for wanting to see, like, oh, every game's just hot girls just there to please guys. And it's like, well, yeah, it sucks that all the games are like that, but, like, there's nothing wrong with wanting to play a game with hot girls. You know?
Exactly. It's like, what, do you want to play a game with ugly girls? If there's going to be girls in a game, how do you want them to look? What is your preference?
I'm not going to sit here
and all the fucking guys in the games are fucking gorgeous, too.
Yeah, I'm not going to sit here and be ashamed of myself for liking hot girls. Yeah. You know, it's who I am. I used to kind of
feel that way growing up, where it's like, I always felt like I should be ashamed for, like...
for finding something attractive.
Because... like, that's just the mentality I was put in growing up, is that you should feel bad for, like, having any sort of perversions or anything like that. It's like, it kind of fucked me up a little bit.
It's a part of who we are. We're guys, we see girls, we like girls. I like most girls.
Exactly, you can't help it.
I'd say I am attracted to the overwhelming majority of women in existence. So, yeah, like, that's not something I can help. I'm not gonna sit around being like, oh, I should feel so bad because I like games with hot girls. That's so
fucked and counterproductive. Like, I don't understand that.
But to me, Skullgirls was like a game where there's one girl is a shambling corpse.
I know. It's like there's some weird, you know, character designs in there. I don't know what you're talking about.
One girl is like a blob monster that transforms I wouldn't say, like, and shapeshifts.
Was it Peacock, the girl?
One girl
in the trench coat. Like, how is that character sexualized at all?
A doll that shoots guns and talks like a gangster and is like this little cartoon thing. Philia is hot, but she's also thicker than most game girls, which a lot of girls loved about that game. Yeah, and even the characters who are hot, they have, like, these extensive bio pages about all the stuff they like and dislike. They're just, like
these are characters. These are, like, in-depth characters.
And, I mean, it's just the guy's art style. Like,
he is obsessed with that art style.
That dude did not design the characters that way to appeal to an audience.
Exactly.
I think that's the mistake, because people think, like, oh, it's all just being tailor-made for the audience. They're all just sexualized to attract men. No. All of that dude's art looks like that. I have his art book. Alex A had. He draws monster girls. That's his thing. He has all these notes in there about how he's like,
another extent where it's like
drawing hot girls and monsters. Like,
it's like you assume this is made to appeal to a demographic of men, but then you might also think, okay, well, the guy who made this is also a dude who might really be into this. Right. So it's like, he didn't make this to appeal to men. He just is a man and he made it to appeal to himself.
Right. And
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, and he clearly cares about all these characters and their designs, and he's drawn them countless times. He has pictures in that art book where he was like, I've been doing this since high school. He's been obsessed with drawing monster girls, so, like, it's the dude's style. So, yeah, I just think everyone has to take a step back when it comes to, like, looking at, like, portrayals of sexy women and, like, whether or not it's sexist. Like, take a step back and think about what the point of it is.
Shit.
And why it's there, and, and try to figure things out from there.
No.
And whether or not being attracted to something makes you creepy.
Yes. Like, what the fuck? Why does that make you creepy? That is like the basic human instinct is to be attracted to something.
Well, I mean,
if it's something like super like
but
niche
even
and
then,
perverted, then I don't know. But
I think being into something niche and perverted does not make you creepy.
Yeah.
It just means you're into that thing.
Yeah.
Ow. And it doesn't. Again, it's that whole conflating reality and fantasy thing.
It's not only like creepy dudes are into perverted shit. Like women are into perverted shit too.
Right. And like, if you want proof, almost every yaoi thing is rapey.
Yeah.
All of it's rape.
Definitely.
Almost every single yaoi thing is rapey. And those are made for women. Gay guys are not into most yaoi, from what I've seen, from the gay guys I know. Goat Jesus can't stand yaoi because it's always pretty boys, and he's not into pretty boys, So
yaoi's made for women.
Yaoi is made for women, and it's almost all rape. Always.
There you go. There you go, kids. Women are into rape.
I guess that's our ending quote there. Next time on Digi Bros.
Let's all go rape each other.
More rape.
Yaoi guys.
10 rapes per second.
Oh Jesus.
As Krauser II would say.
Hope we'll understand this, but George Rape Master
What?
is a character that was developed on Otakon.
Okay. Alright, next time on Digi Bros.
Oh Lord.